Milly will be joining us very, very shortly. But before we get started, how is everybody doing tonight? If you're doing good, let me see a good in the chat. If you're doing great, let me see a great in the chat. If you're doing amazing, let me see an amazing in the chat. If you're doing not so good, lie to me and tell me you're doing great or getting better. So how's everybody feeling tonight? Let's see. Hella good, excellent, perfect, awesome. Wow, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So excited. Wow, let me let in a few more people from the waiting room. All right, perfect. All right, awesome. All right, sheesh, this room is getting full. All right, perfect. All right, before we get started, I want to make sure everybody here has something to take notes on. So if you don't have a pen and paper, if you don't have a notebook, if you don't have a laptop that can take notes, go take 2 seconds to get something. I want to make sure everybody here is prepared to win. And I'm going to wait to get started with the training. But just to recap last week was our first week of our Traders Bootcamp. We talked about developing a trading journal. We talked about developing a trading plan. We talked about developing a winner's mindset. And this bootcamp in specific has been curated to make sure that by the end of this bootcamp, we will all be better equipped to take better trades, be more profitable, and be more independent, right? Because one thing that we've all seen over the past few months that we've all been trading over the past few weeks is that money comes and money goes, right? But if you don't know how to manage your money, if you don't know how to make more money, if you don't know how to even develop a skill set that can produce however much income that you want, then your financial future is literally hanging on a lifeline. And I don't know about you, and I don't know about me, I don't want that. And I don't want that for anybody on this call. So to quickly summarize a few things from last week, we all should have developed at least a trading plan by this week. How much money you want to be making? What are your trading rules? You should have a better understanding of what you feel like when you take a trade, before and after and during, because that's important too. Because one thing about trading is that trading tests your relationship to money. Trading will test how you view and interact with money. Trading will test your discipline. Trading will test your emotional stability. How many of us have taken a trade and you're like, oh, let me go in for a very risky trade. You think it's a great idea at the time, get in, and then your heart is like beating out its chest. And you're like, what was the point? That's literally showing to you your relationship to your finances. And before Milly gets on, I want us all to make sure that first and foremost, that we all, if we're able to, have our cameras on, that we minimize our distractions. Because one thing is this, Milly is doing us a great favor by getting on. She is the highest, most viewed Go Live educator. She is a master trader. She doesn't gain any benefit from being on. She is literally doing this because she wants all of us to win. She wants all of us to become successful. She wants all of us to master trading, just to get maybe a little bit better, that by the end of this session, maybe tomorrow, you'll be able to take a better trade, right? And that is something that is so important, because a lot of things about trading, and Alondra put it in the chat, is literally your mindset. And that good karma will pay off way more dividends than anything else. So please, if you're able to, make sure that your cameras are on, make sure that you're prepared to take notes, make sure also that you minimize your distractions. I know we all live on our phones, we're on our laptops, but if you can at least hide your iMessage notifications, turn off the email, it's only gonna be an hour, right? Now, to quickly review really quickly some things that maybe were not super clear from last week. Everybody's trading plan and trading journal is specific to the person. Everybody is on a different journey. Everybody has a different skill set. Everybody's at a different level of progression regarding their trading journey. So that's the first thing that I want to clarify, because we saw in the reflections that were sent in the chat that some people made their percentage for the week. Some people broke even. Some people blew accounts. It's not good or bad. It's just feedback information to see where you're at mentally with the skill set and the art of trading. So that's number one. Number two is this bootcamp is only 4 weeks. So whatever you're learning from this bootcamp, I strongly encourage you to apply the information to the best of your ability. That way, you're not repeating the same mistakes over and over again, but rather you'll be able to break new ground within your trading journey. And then lastly is, how to say this? If you are not where you want to be within your trading journey right now, meaning let's say you blew an account, let's say you're breaking even, let's say you're not understanding what a Bollinger Band is or what the stochastic does or what the RSI does, let's say you're not where you want to be within your trading journey, that is okay. The purpose of education is to literally draw out what you don't know. The word education actually comes from the word educo, which literally means to draw out or draw forth. So this bootcamp is designed for everybody here to break new ground, myself included. And thankfully, we have great educators like Milly, who is gonna pour into us to be able to break this new ground. Now, if you don't know Milly, who just joined, Milly is, as mentioned, the highest, most viewed educator in Go Live. Literally only a few years ago, I think maybe 3 or 4, she was literally sitting on Zooms with Ness learning how to trade. That way we're all now sitting on Zooms. She was literally on Go Lives and going through the academy learning how to trade. The only differences between Milly and us on the Zoom is that she's been doing it for longer and she's been consistent and she practiced. She practiced, she practiced, she practiced. She won, she lost, she won, she lost. Eventually she ended up winning more than she lost. And now she is a master trader, a master educator. She is somebody that I personally look up to, not just because of how great she is as a trader, but also how she is as a person. She gains no benefit from being on this call. The only benefit that I can see is that she's literally paying it forward for the next wave of traders who can impact thousands and thousands of lives. Now, Milly, if you're on, yes, let me hear you for a quick second. She's on, but.
I'm on, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. So Milly, as you know, this is week 2 of our Traders Bootcamp. And before I kick it over to you, and you train us on whatever you want to train us on, first and foremost, if you're excited for Miss Milly Millz, drop me some 111s in the chat. If you're excited for the one, the only Milly, drop me some 111s in the chat. I'm honestly so excited for this, not just because she is one of the best people to learn from, but also because we have the ability to learn intimately and privately from one of the top educators in the game. Now, one thing that I'm going to share with all of us, and Milly, please chime in whenever you're able to do so, is a few highlights from last week's homework. Last week's homework was to go over our summary from what we learned from trading. And I'm going to quickly share 4 quick sentences. And Milly, feel free to stop me whenever you want to. I'm going to be going through these 4 quick notable highlights, but I would love for you to share your perspective on these observations. So the first thing that I want to share is this quote. It says, "I want to work on balancing / handling my personal emotions with getting on more trading sessions consistently over time so I can produce better results." I want to work on balancing / handling my personal emotions with getting on more trading sessions consistently over time so I can produce better results. Two things that stood out for me in that summary: personal emotions and consistently, right? Two things stood out for me. Second reflection, and I abbreviated this one so that it could make more sense and also not to read a full reflection. But this person said, I was up 6% for the day, and then I moved on to a different trading session. Once I began to lose, I just started rolling the dice, and that's when it happened. It being this person blew their account. They were up 6%, got on a different session right afterwards, began to lose, and basically started rolling the dice, and that's when they blew their account. Third reflection, I trade best when I'm actually excited how the market is behaving, and I dive into it, analyzing it. That's when I make the most money. I trade best when I'm actually excited about how the market is behaving, and I dive into analyzing it. And that's when I make the most money. Last reflection. Took some trades on my demo, but I need to find the trust to take them on my live. Took some trades on my demo, but I need to find the trust to take them in my live trading account. And a lot of that, to me, I can share my perspective. But Milly, if you can just kind of share your opinion on those reflections quickly before you go into your trading, I think it'll be really beneficial, because a lot of things about trading that I learned the hard way, but quickly, is that trading can be very, very emotional. And just to give you guys some background, Milly had a personal private conversation with me where she literally coached me on me being an emotional person. And not just with trading, but just in general. And I share this with you guys because I think it is so important to realize that your emotions can take you out of the game. It can take you out of the game. It can cloud your judgment. It can make you feel like, oh, let me roll over 4 more times, when the trade is completely going in the opposite direction because you're so attached to your finances. So Milly, I don't know if you want me to reread those statements or if you kind of just, gathered what you gathered, but if you can just kind of just share what you feel could be the most beneficial before you get into your training, that would be so tremendously helpful for all of us.
Yes, thank you so much, Pepz, for actually allowing me to be here this beautiful, beautiful evening. I know you're having these trainings, right? And all of these questions or quotes, right, that you actually were going through right now, I actually wrote them down, right? So the first one is I want balance, right, with when trading. And obviously your emotions get on the way. Now, you got to ask yourself as a trader, this is to everyone who's here on this call, time. Number one, how long you have trading. You got to ask yourself, like this is an honest question to yourself, to your subconscious mind. How long do you have trading? If you have 3 months trading and you're adding your emotions, which means those emotions are taking over you and you feel like quitting, then guess what? You need to continue studying, okay? You need to continue studying. And the reason why I say this, and the reason why I do have the experience to answer this question, is because when I first started trading, I was pregnant, okay? I was pregnant. So think about this. I'm living with my mom in a room, I'm pregnant, and I'm trading. That's a lot of emotions. That's a lot of emotions. And then on top of that, I am about to give birth. And then on top of that, my son's head was in my rib. So I was in pain with emotions, but I was still trading. Now, time. You got to give yourself time. And what comes with time? Studying. Okay? Studying. Second, open a demo account. So time, studying, equals demo account equals feeling more confident. Okay. Now, when you feel more confident, those emotions are going to start decreasing, which means now you're not going to be so attached to your losses. Why? Because within time, you got to study, you got to practice. Now you feel more confident. Now you kind of know what you're doing, which means now if you are on a trade and you know that the market is going the opposite way and you have the rollover option, but you know it's literally taking off and you're like, whoa, I don't know what time this is going to actually drop for that potential sell. Don't roll over. Take the L. Take that first L. Because if you roll over the second time, then that's going to be 0-2 instead of 0-1. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, now the second one, loss and blowing out accounts. That comes again with time, studying, open a demo account, which leads you to practice, feel more confident, and understanding the power of compounding. Okay, now excited. Now this one right here, when I first started, this was me. Okay, and excitement can be great, but can harm you at the same time. Okay, because when you are excited, you're not thinking about negative things, which means everything you're seeing in the markets is clear. But when you're too excited, you get to miss one information to say, hey, I'm looking for a buy, but because I'm so excited, I get blind and I miss that important indicator that will allow me to win the trade. So I had to understand now that I had to calm down my excitement, have a balance, not an excellent balance, but just a balance of excitement and confidence. Okay? You want to be excited because you're confident. When you know what you're doing, you feel good, and feeling good is an excitement. But you got to be careful when you're too excited because you get blind, and this is where you blow out your account. It happened to me a lot of times. I blew over 10, 15, 12 accounts when I first started. But guess what? I did not do no demo accounts. And that's the reason why I blew out over so many accounts, because I was just so excited. I was so excited and I was just, sheesh. But now I understand the power that I have. I know I have the tools. I know I have the strategies. All I need is just time. And within that time and space, I can study and practice and not over leverage. Now, the last one, the money mentality. You have to understand that if you are an employer, right? I was an employer. You're programmed to get paid every hour. You're programmed to get up in the morning, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, 8 to 5, whatever the time it is. But your mind is programmed that every time you're looking at your hour, or you want to go ahead and calculate how many hours you made a week, you're basically getting paid every hour as an individual. So when you transition the employee mentality to an entrepreneurship mentality, now you are your own boss. You have to make up your own structure. Okay. You will learn these strategies that allow you now to learn and earn in minutes. So this is where the excitement kicks in, because you're not used to making money in minutes, especially from the comfort of your home, or especially from the comfort of that plane, or especially from the comfort of anywhere around the world. You're not used to that. But when you sit down and you realize, as a man, as a student, as a person, that you are an entrepreneur, and you're going through what you're going through because your body is transforming from an employer mindset frequency now to an entrepreneurship mindset frequency. So that's why we rush things. I feel like you guys are rushing things because your mind is already programmed to be rushed. Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. So when you come to this new world, this world is teaching you that you need to structure yourself emotionally and understand that you're an entrepreneur. So your mind is clear, and now you're going to compound your account nicely. And now it's going to make more sense. So this is where now your body is vibrating calm and relaxed, and you know exactly what you want, because now you know that you're stepping into a different world. Any other questions before I start, Peps?
Nope, that was it. That was amazing. So thank you so much for giving us those gems. So you're good to go.
Yes, yes, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much once again for actually having me here. All these quotes, right, that, Peps went over, I went through it. Okay. I went through it. And that's the reason why I'm giving you my experience. And just know that you no longer work for nobody. Just know that. You got to accept that. And when you accept that, you know that you're no longer receiving paychecks from anybody. The second someone pays you, the second your mind automatically thinks like an employer. Okay, so that's the reason why you get furious every time you're losing, because you're not used to losing. You're used to spending your time and life to work for someone to get paid every single Friday or every single 2 weeks. So now when you're home, you're getting frustrated because you're losing instead of gaining, because you're used to already someone paying you for your life. Paying you for your life. So you're used to gains and gains and gains. But the question is, how much is that gain? And are you worth that gain? Okay. So I want to go ahead and go over, some basic information, right? That is definitely going to get you guys to the next level. Like, I see a lot of people here, really like experiencing a lot of breakthroughs at this moment. They're like, wow, like sheesh, like next level. So the first thing that I did when I first started trading was I needed to learn the language. Okay. So I went to academies. Obviously, at that time, we did not have Center. We had iMarcus Live, but I still studied whatever videos they had there. And of course, we had Ness as well. But the HFX Academy right over here, it literally breaks down every single thing that you need to learn. Now, when you watch all these videos, it's going to feel like a jigsaw puzzle, right? Because it's like you still need to learn more. You're like, okay, I got this, you got this. Brokers, they're talking about this. SRTs, they're talking about strategies, right? But this is where us educators, we have pre-recorded sessions under Go Live sessions. So if you scroll down, sheesh, to 18K, that's huge right there, guys. To 18K lives impact. So if I go ahead and click HFX, right? And let's say you hop on my sessions, right? We're gonna go ahead and scroll down and then click favorite sessions. When you click favorite sessions, you're going to see these pre-recorded sessions. So everything that you watch in the HFX Academy, this right here is gonna give you the foundation for you to understand what you're doing step by step. And this is what I love about the HFX Academy, that we have basic educators like myself, we have intermediate educators, and we have advanced educators, right? So instead of you joining IM and then being launched to an advanced educator, you're like, what in the world is this? Well, guess what? We have basic information that will give you the fundamentals of really, learning how to click that button and feeling comfortable, right? So you want to learn what is SRTs. You want to learn the basic thing, guys, okay, on a naked chart. And that's exactly what I'm going to go over tonight, okay? And then I'm going to activate the strategy. So once you go to the HFX Academy and then you go through these videos right over here, a lot of my students, right, or a lot of HFX students, they also have other educators that they watch, okay? So let's say Ivan Cabral, he is amazing. This man right here is next level, okay? Ivan Cabral, go to his favorite sessions. Go to his favorite sessions. Start watching these market timing training. This one right here, you're going to be mind blown. You're going to be mind blown that a specific time reversal starts happening. And this is maybe the reason why you're losing. You're getting caught up on the reversals. I was actually having a lot of time when I first started trading on reversals, right? So this one right here, next level. He has a lot of time and price trainings, and he's action training right over here, price action training. These videos right here, guys, you will be surprised how many breakthroughs you're going to start experiencing. Okay. Not only that, we have Matthew Thayer as well. If you go ahead and click Matthew Thayer's favorite sessions, and you go from my video to Yvonne's to Matthew and then to Ness, oh my gosh, you're gonna be like, wow, like this is making sense. I feel a little bit more comfortable, okay? I feel a little bit more comfortable. So with the education, we wanna start with the HFX Academy, start watching these educators' favorite sessions, right? Get the foundation. You don't want a mansion and the floor is not brick, is not hard enough. You wanna make sure that the basics is so hard. Is you master the basics to the point where anything else is over. It's easy. It's like cheese. Okay. So now once you have this down pat, this is where now you have the ability to open the Liberty app. Okay. Now the Liberty app is amazing because it has strategies, but not a lot of people know this. Watch this. You know that the market moves in different directions, right? So what does that mean in different directions, Millie? Right? Now, we call those different directions trend lines. And the trend lines are in what direction the market is actually moving. Is it downtrending, right? Is it downtrending, which means it's actually moving down, right? Is it uptrending, which means it's shooting up, okay? Is it consolidated when the market is actually moving sideways? Okay, let's actually see if I can find a sideways area right over here, sideways. Okay. Now, the simple scalper strategy best works when the market is consolidated. Key points. When I first started trading the simple scalper strategy, I was trading it when the markets were trending and I was getting caught up. Okay. So the simple scalper strategy best works when the market is consolidating. What does it mean when the market is consolidated? It means that it's literally bouncing from the same space on the roof to the same space on the ground. It's bouncing back and forth, back and forth, back. It's just trapped. It's trapped. It's trapped. So all you have to do is just activate the simple scalper strategy, collect your 4 confirmations, and know that when the market hits this price here, you're going to sell. And when the market hits this price here, you're going to sell. When the market hits this price here, you're going to buy. 5-0, literally right over here. You guys see that? Sniper move right here. Adding my my support lines. Look at this support right here. Let me make this thicker so you guys can see it because I'm a visual learner. Okay. Look at this. Came down, buy, went up, profits, came down, boom, buy, went up. Came over here, buy, went up. Came down over here, wicked it, blue candle, took that buy, went up. Came down, wicked it, blue candle, went up again. Sheesh. Next level. Watch this. Watch over here. Doesn't have to be perfect, but watch this. Then it came up, sell, drop. 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 Came up, maybe this candle, maybe would have turned blue and then I would have taken that sell and then it dropped. You guys see that? Consolidation. So the simple scalper strategy best works when the market is consolidated. Okay. Now, when the market is trending, okay, this is what you call an uptrend, and this is what you call an downtrend. You want to use the web slinger. Okay. The web slinger. The web slinger is an indicator that has no, the web slinger is a strategy that has indicators that shows you when the market is trending up. And I'm going to show you. Let's go ahead and activate it. And we're looking at odd CAD. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually change it. Odd CAD. Okay, now watch this. So right here, the market is trending up, right? It's just an example. The market is trending up, right? You guys see that, right? Let's make this thicker, right? Boom. It's shooting up. Now, because it's uptrending, I want to take buy positions, all right? So I want to see this blue cloud on the bottom. You want to see the blue web strings on top of the cloud. And then you want to see a blue candle literally piercing or going over this sky blue line right here with this up arrow and the buy word. If I would have taken a 15-minute or 30-minute buy right here, I would have cleared. Guess what? Pull back, blue. Let me make this line here. Watch this. It gave me a pullback. I'm still in the blue zone. The blue web strings, brand new candle just open. I would have gone in right there, guys. I still clear. Mind you, I'm analyzing this in 1 hour, which means if I would have taken a 30-minute trade or maybe 25 or 10 or 15-minute trade, I would have cleared that trade. Look, another pullback. Pullback again. And guess what? Same thing. Blue cloud, blue web strings, blue candle, in and out with the bag, baby. 1, 2, 3. Pull back again. I'm going to wait for my confirmations. Blue cloud, blue web strings, up arrow, blue candle, piercing the thick sky blue line. I'm going in. The second this candle closes, I'm going in. The second this candle closes, I'm going in, which means I'm going to go in right here. Buy went up, in and out with the bag. In and out with the bag, which means if I would have gone in here, I'm going to go here for that potential buy because of this red candle. This red candle is actually telling me that this market came up, it's uptrending, it's going to come down at some point. Okay. And the second I see that blue candle opening, because I know it's an uptrend, I'm taking a buy because this is an uptrend. And that red candle already closed. And now I see a blue candle, which means it's going to take off. I'm going in. I'm going in. Now, when it's a sell and the market now is downtrending, oof, this is actually happening right now. Maybe if you guys want to make some money live, look at this. Odd CAD is dropping massively. Look at that. It's a downtrend. Okay. We have the red clouds. Okay. We have the red clouds. We have the red web strings. Okay. We have a red candle literally going over this red thick line, gave us a pullback, gave me the down arrow with the sell, with the cloud, with the web strings, red candle. I would have entered a sell right over here, ladies and gentlemen. Did I clear that trade? Absolutely. And it's still dropping. Odd CAD is massively, massively dropping right now. Look at that. Drop. What do you think is going to happen? When this candle closes in about 26 minutes and some change, we might see a blue candle opening. It's going to pull back. And then it's going to give you the hiccups and then whoop, drop. Why? Because it's a downtrend. We are analyzing ideas when the market is uptrending or downtrending using the web slinger. Okay. So now that we see this, let's go ahead now and activate the simple scalper strategy. And let's look at some consolidation zones to see how does the simple scalper strategy really works. Okay. Right here. Look at this. This is beautiful. Look at how right here, NZD USD on a 1 hour time frame, okay, is moving sideways. Like it's literally clear that it's moving sideways. How do I know that? I mean, if we start marking up charts, it shows you here that it has dropped. It shows you here that it came up a little bit. okay? And it's kind of consolidated, right? It's kind of consolidated. See that? See the zone here? Doesn't break through from this line. If I mark a resistance line right up here, it doesn't break through it. It's in the same zone. It's telling me the same story, right? And if I go ahead now and add a support line down here, it's literally telling me the same story too. It's not breaking through my lines. So that's what you call consolidation, right? Now, the simple scalper strategy best works when the market is consolidated. If I want to go ahead and look for potential sells and buys ideas, sheesh, these sells and buys look beautiful. If you guys see what I'm seeing right now, a lot of money on the table right now. Watch this. When the market is high, we want to sell it, right? Now, you want to be able to collect 4+ confirmations. 4+ confirmations. Let's see, confirmations. There you go. 4+ confirmations. You don't want to only analyze 3. Okay, 3 confirmations. No, I used to think that. I used to make a lot of money with 3 confirmations, but when Nes Vasco said, Milly, no, it's 4 confirmations, I had to listen to him. And I decided to then collect more confirmations. And that's when I actually became a little bit more profitable. So now 4 confirmations. What are they? The first one, the first indicator is called a stochastic. Okay. The second indicator is called RSI. The third indicator is called the volume bar. Okay. The fourth indicator is called the Bollinger Band, which are these red lines right here, this black thin line right here, and this blue line right down here. So these 3 lines, blue, black, and red, they're all one indicator. Okay, it's like a sandwich, right? Then our 5th confirmation or indicator is called the parabolic dots, which are these little dots here. I call them purple pearls. I call them pearls, right? But if you want to sound a little bit more professional, just call them parabolic dots, right? Then our 6th indicator is called the EMA, which is this purple line, thick line right over here, okay? Now, if the market is high, this is what you want to be able to see. You want to see on the stochastic this break and then re-break, all right? Boom, 1 confirmation. Let's make this thicker so you guys can see it. Boom, right there. Then 2nd confirmation, you want to see the break and then the re-break. Boom, 2 confirmations. Then the 3rd one is going to be a red volume bar. Why? Because we see a red candle opening. And guess what? We have a parabolic dot above the red candle indicating that this market is going to massively drop. So before that red candle, I'm already looking at this, right? Because I don't want to go ahead and show you when the move is already done. Nah, because we got to learn why it's happening, right? So look at this. So before the drop, we already see that it broke. We already see here that it already broke that resistance line. And we see this blue because this blue is coming up, right? And we also see this blue candle right over here. But the second you see a red candle opening and boom, you see a parabolic dots above it, you're going to see this re-breaking, and that's when you take this out. Now, remember this, we're actually analyzing this on a 1 hour, which means if I go ahead and change it to maybe 15 minutes, let's see what it's actually showing us. Look at that. I analyzed it. I analyzed that potential sell in 1 hour. So that means if I would have taken a 15-minute sell position, I would have cleared massively. Look at that right here, right over here. Okay. Now let's move this over here. Watch this. And if I go ahead and analyze this a little bit more, just to see why did that drop? If I analyze it in 1 hour and I take a 15-minute position, what is it showing before the drop on a 15-minute time frame? Well, guess what? Look what we see. We see the same confirmations. This is why You got to go from 1 hour to 45 to 30 to then 15 to see the confirmations lining up. Even 1 hour, you see the confirmations, and then you drop down to maybe 30 minutes or 15 minutes, and it's the same confirmations. You're like, wait, hold on. This is matching. This is telling me something from different time frame. It's showing me the same move. This is about a drop. I'm going in. Well, we're analyzing it now on a 50-minute time frame, right? Market came up, touching the red roof, the resistance line, right? Right over here. It actually is about to re-break. Right over here, it actually barely re-break. Well, guess what? The second I see a red candle opening literally near the red Bollinger Band with a parabolic dots above, with a red volume bar, the re-break of the RSI, the re-break of the stochastic, I'm going in for that 15-minute sell. Let's dive a little bit more deeper. How about 5-minute sell? Let's see what's actually showing us. Sheesh. Ladies and gentlemen, again, look at this. Look at this. Remember, this is the previous move, and this is the sniper move, okay? It still dropped, which means now if I move this over here, it's showing me the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. This is the reason why traders have different time frames open with the same strategy, looking at the same position to see if those time frames, they line up. Look, again, blue candle, same story, blue candle, touching the red Bollinger Band, about to re-break. The second I see a red candle opening on that red Bollinger Band, I see the parabolic dots above the candle indicating that this market is going to drop. Red volume bar, the re-break, I'm in there. 5-minute sniper shot right there. And if you follow what Ness teaches, which is a 3-candle rule, you'll analyze this on a 5 minutes and take a 15-minute position, which means you enter here, or you can wait and enter here 5, 10, 15, in and out with the bag. You guys are mind blown, right? Type of HFX in that chat box if you guys are learning. If you guys are learning, you guys are seeing this, type in HFX in that chat box, because that's my intention here on me being on here is for you to really like see what we see. Okay, the same thing when you're looking for a buy. Okay, we're looking at 5 minutes again, right? Matter of fact, let's go to 15 minutes. Let's look for a potential buy. All right, now remember, I want to see if the market is consolidated or what's actually happening, right? What's actually happening. Okay, now right over here, I know it's basically touching at around this zone. This zone right here is a buy zone, which means I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look for my confirmations. Break, re-break on the downside. Break, re-break on the downside. Okay, let's mark this up. Blue volume bar, because this time you're taking a buy. The opening of a blue candle, literally near the blue Bollinger Band. 15-minute position, 20-minute position, boom, 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 in and out of the bag. And the parabolic dots are below the candles now. When they are above the candles, it's going to drop. When they're below the candles, it's going to go up. Capiche? Capiche. Now, how about the EMA? The EMA plays a very, very important role. Okay. When you see that the candles are below the EMA, you know that the market is going to drop. Okay. So as you can see, the EMA can serve you as resistance, as support, and it can also serve you as where the market is moving towards to. So the second you see that the market is below the EMA, this purple line right here, you know you want to take potential sells, okay? For example, right here, this is one. Let me see if I can actually draw, okay? So this is one, okay? It's below, right? Below the EMA. This is two. Look at these sniper's position, guys. Look at another one right here. Sheesh. We actually have 6 confirmations right here, guys. 6 confirmations. Break and re-break, break, almost re-break, red candle here, touching the Bollinger Band and the EMA. That's a strong sell. That's the reason why you see a lot of candles. Okay. Let's see. What else? So see, they're below. They're below, sell, drop, sell, drop. Okay, sell, drop. They're below. Now, when they're above it, you know, it's the opposite now. Buy, up, go down, up, go down, up, go down, up. See that? How it's above the EMA? Just pay attention to that. Okay, don't go too crazy, but just pay attention. You'll be surprised how smart you are. Okay, look over here. It's below the EMA. Sell. Sell. Just look for your confirmations. Sell. Sell. It's below the EMA. All right. Above the EMA, buy. 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 When I say this, this means we can go 5 or A and O. Okay, and you can see it clearly that it's shooting up. All right, so the simple scalper strategy best works when the market is consolidated. The web slinger best works when the market is trending. So now that we have this, this is a phenomenal training, phenomenal. Now that we have this down pat, all right, we want to learn this, okay? We want to learn that we are trading 2 currencies, okay? 2 currencies are combined together, forming patterns in the market. The way you can identify if the market is consolidated, or if the market is uptrending, or if the market is downtrending, is by looking at the strength of the currency. Okay, you want to know the strength. So here on this website, on the currency strength meter website, it shows you that if you see that the dollar has a lot of green bars, you know that the dollar is strong right now. It's very strong. So if the dollar is the first currency, let's say if it's USD/JPY, you know you're going to see more blue candles and red candles. And I will explain that in a bit. So just know that the more bars, the stronger the currency is. The less bars, the weaker it is. Now, if you see 1 bar, just be careful. Why? Because it can signify 2 things. 1, news, and 2 is weak. Okay? And when there's news, this can appear to be weak, and then it just massively drops. And you're like, whoa, but I only saw 1 bar and AUD just dropped, because you actually got in when AUD was experiencing some type of news. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead now and go to the Liberty app right here. And let me show you something, guys. So remember, you are trading 2 currencies, NZD USD, USD JPY, Euro CAD, Euro JPY, whatever the currency is. But this is what I need to really show you guys. So just bear with me. Let me see if I can actually find. Excellent, right here. So if we're analyzing NZD USD, NZD will represent the blue candle. Okay, let me type it out right here. NZD. Any currency pair, any pair, whatever that currency is, the first currency will always represent the blue candle. Okay, if it's USD JPY, then guess what? USD is the blue candle. If it's Euro JPY, guess what? Euro is representing the blue candles. Now, the second candle will always, always represent the red candles. Now, the red candles are the downward momentum, right? The downward momentum candles, okay? Which means they're dropping, okay? And then the blue candles means that it's going up. Now, NZD, USD. We want to know which one is stronger, NZD or USD. So we're going to come here. NZD is right here and USD is right here. So NZD is which candle? The blue one is weak. The dollar is the second, which means the red one. Watch this. Watch this. So this one is stronger. This is what we're looking at right now, okay? The USD is stronger right now. And NZD is weak. It can potentially be weak or it might be experiencing some news, right? Remember, it only has one bar. Why do you think we are experiencing this massive drop below the EMA? We see more blue candles or we see more red candles? We see more red candles because the dollar is taking off. So NZD USD can potentially be going for potential sells, okay? Because the dollar is stronger. So when you see this, you might see that this market right now is actually giving us a small little downtrend momentum. Let's change this to 1 hour just to see what's happening. Woof! Look at that. The simple scalper strategy even gave you the entry. Look at that. This is the entry right here. The simple scalper strategy gave you the entry right here. You see this little point right there? It tells you exactly when to go in for that potential sell because the dollar is strong. Look at that sniper, the sniper sign. This means that if you would have gone in for a sell, massive drop for 15, 30 minutes, in and out with the bag. In and out with the bag. So once you understand this and you're putting two and two together, remember what I said? Time, studying, and practice, it leads you to feel confident. It leads you to not over leverage. It leads you to understand that if you're losing the trade, not to roll over 2 or 3 times, because now you know. And when you know, you feel confident. So now that we have this down pack right here, let's go ahead and go over the compound plan. So important, right? So important. If you start your account with $1,000, okay, or 500, let's put 500. My first question is going to be, what are you willing to risk every single day? I mean, if you're really, really trading, like you're confident, like you're good, right? What are you willing to risk every single day? Let's say I'm willing to risk 3% every single day, which means if I win, I'm increasing my account. But if I catch a lesson, I'm still okay because it's not blowing out my account. Now, my second question is going to be, for how many days? For how many days you want to grow? Like, what is your plan? What is your plan? 100 days? 90 days? Let's put 100 days. Okay. Now, right here, I'm going to choose 100%, which means I'm not planning to withdraw, even though I can. If I want to withdraw 5%, I can add 5%, 10%, 15, whatever it is. But I'm going to keep it as 100%. Include the weekends? No. Let's calculate this. Look at this. In 100 days, just playing it safe and practicing and just trading safely, I can potentially grow my account to 4 figures, to 9,000 and change. But watch this. Because you're so used to earning this an hour, this is where your mind plays games with you. You're used to earning 15, 16, 18, 20 an hour. So when you have the ability to make this in seconds, this is where your excitement blinds you. Numbers are showing you something. Numbers are a frequency. So remember, you are an entrepreneur. Okay. So this compound plan is showing me that I want to make sure that if I start this tomorrow, it's going to say day 1, Tuesday, April 13th, 2021. If I start this tomorrow, I want to make sure that I grow my account up to my 3%, which means I want to make sure I make $15. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to break those $15 into 2 trades or maybe into 3 trades because I'm still learning. I want to grow my account. Yes, but I'm still learning. Okay. I'm not there yet, but I'm not over leveraging. Okay. If I go 3-0, guess what? My account just grow up to $515 in minutes. In minutes. You're not at that job. You don't have a boss behind you waiting for an hour to get paid 16, 12 an hour. No, in minutes. This is where time and space kicks in. And the word entrepreneur and feeling like an entrepreneur kicks in minutes, guys. If you can flip in minutes and you learn the skill set and you're patient and you understand it, it is over. Now watch this. Second day, Wednesday, April 14, 2021. I want to make sure I bring my account to $15.45. Let's round it off to $16. I'm going to go ahead and break it down into 2 or 3 trades, whatever I feel comfortable. Remember, I invested $500, right? I don't want to blow my account and I'm still learning and I love this and I know I'm going to get there, but I don't want to blow my account. Let's say I go 3-1 or 2-1 or 2-2. What are you going to do? If you go 2-1, you're good. You did increase your account to 530, but at least you grew your account to maybe 520 in minutes. In minutes. Understand this. There's a reason why I keep saying in minutes, not an hour, because I'm trying to make sure that your subconscious mind can hear this. You're earning in minutes, not an hour. Now, the next day, you have another brand new day of life to continue learning, to continue increasing your account little by little, but in minutes. And once you got this, ladies and gentlemen, with wins and losses, you'll be surprised. Even if I add losses here, I'm still happy that if I lost and maybe I grew my account to $7,000 or $6,000 from $500, and I gained the experience, and now when I see the $6,000, $5,000 in that account, I can actually now increase my percentage to maybe 5%. Look at that, 5,000 to 5% in the next 100 days or in the next 60 days. I'm going to go ahead and calculate this. I mean, this is not normal. In 160 days, I mean, 88K. And if we add the lessons there, 60K in 160 days. Ask yourself how much you make a year right now. A year, 365 days in 160 days. If you follow and stay consistent, you're making double or triple what you make right now in a year. It only makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. This is the reason why time, patience, and studying and experiencing this right here is everything. And when I learned that, a lot of magical things happened when I started actually trading and then teaching students. Okay. So now that we have this down pack, I know this training really blew your mind up. Like, I know you guys are like ready because that's the intention I set before I even got on this call. But I want to go ahead and actually, really thank Pepz for actually having me here, because he could have anybody else. And he's like, Milly, like, my team really needs this. And I take this serious because I remember being on your shoes. I remember being on everybody's shoes with those same questions. And thanks to Ness, he was there and showed me the way. And that's why I'm here, an educator. And I'm here just passing my whole same experience. So you guys understand that I was there too. And I had my breakthrough. because exactly of everything that I taught you all tonight. So Peps, for that being said, thank you so much for actually having me here. Thank you guys, ladies, for actually staying up to this time. I know time will never come back, but the knowledge that I believe that I taught each and one of you is going to take you guys to the next level. Love y'all all. Peps, take it over.
Millie, thank you so much. Wow, guys, if Millie blew your mind, sheesh, drop me an HFX in the chat. If she blew your mind, drop me an HFX in the chat. I know my mind was completely blown and I've been studying a lot. One quick thing or a few quick things before we end this session is everything that Millie shared. Yes, it was specifically geared towards HFX, but learning about consolidation and trends and the currency strength meter, like those are all things that you can apply into your FRX trading journey. So make sure that even if you're not currently trading HFX, that you still took in this information and apply it to different trading styles. Personally, I trade HFX, but by many strategies. And I've learned how to refine my strategy by literally watching Millie and Ness and Evan understanding reversals and currency strength meters. So in conjunction with what I've learned from Manny, I've been able to do better with that strategy. So even if, let's say, you don't like trading consolidation and all you want to do is trade trends, you can still utilize the currency strength meter for a trending market to best identify the best trades. Second thing, before we wrap this up, is one thing that Millie mentioned a few times is literally giving yourself the time and the space to learn. She mentioned she blew multiple accounts. She didn't use a demo when she was learning. And notice she's not ashamed. She's not embarrassed. She's not like hesitant about sharing that information. And she's one of the top educators in the game. So if you've blown an account, if you're losing money, if you're not winning, don't let your emotions and your self-judgment take you out of the game. That's just feedback for you to know that you just need to study and practice and stay disciplined and stay consistent. And then lastly, I'll be dropping some homework for you guys to do in our Telegram chat. One thing that I just really want to impress upon is the importance of practicing and studying information. I'll drop the recording once I get it from Zoom in our chat. That way you'll be able to have access to this recording. So once I finish creating the homework for next week, I'll drop it in the chat. But before we break, just again, please drop an HFX and thank yous in the chat for Millie for literally pouring into us tonight. I'm so thankful, I'm so humbled that we literally got to learn privately from one of the best educators in the game. So Millie, again, thank you so much. You do so much for the Academy, for me, for the team. And I honestly can't even thank you enough. But on that note, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this session. Please, once I post a recording, watch it 1,000,001 times so you can study and learn. And I will see you guys on our next session. Take care, guys.